Well, here's something different. I wasn't real sure if I was going to do this repair or not, but the problem was in this front rocker panel that it had this bad little section where the nut plate goes that holds the fender. Now my plan was originally to make just a patch, cut this little piece out, and just make do. The inside's not bad, you know, it's got some pitting on the outside, but that's not uncommon and it really wouldn't hurt anything. But as some of you know, when I did the drip rail, which is up there, I salvaged some pieces out of that other Mustang, that 65, such as I did the radio cutout. It was somebody had butchered it up for a square radio or something. But I also salvaged this piece, and I salvaged them for both sides, and these were really solid. As you can see, the square opening is not even really rusty or anything. So the plan at this point, as you can see, is I made a patch to replace this piece. There you go. And the next thing is, you know, they have these little captive, the cage nuts or whatever you want to call them, and basically there's a little cage that goes around the nut that holds it into that hole. That works, but if it ever breaks, you're kind of stuck with it, or get another cage. And I've done this before, and I'm going to probably just go ahead and do it on this one as well. I'm just going to take and put the nut through the hole like it would normally be caged, but I'm going to give it a quarter of a turn, and it'll set right in there, square. Now, this doesn't allow for any movement, but once I'm building the fenders or fitting the fenders, I can adjust and change the hole and the fender to match the bolt mount. So I hope that makes sense. But this way this nut is fixed. I'll weld it in and make it permanent, and then this will never be an issue again if the fenders have to come off or anything like that. It's just one of those weird little things that Ford did, and I think some other people did, but they'd always seem to fail down the road. So I'll take care of that and weld in this piece, and that'll take care of the rocker panel, and I'll move on to some other things. Okay, so I sprayed the area inside with some paint, just used some Rust-Oleum, and I prepped the edges with some weld-through primer, and there's that little nut welded in place. It's not going to go anywhere. Threw some Rust-Oleum on the back side of this piece, and also dressed the edges with some weld-through primer. So I'll get this all in place, and that'll take care of this rocker panel. So there's the end result. A little bit of blending after it was welded. I think it turned out pretty good. I've got a nice solid mount for the fender again, and that should take care of the forward section of that rocker panel. As I've looked at it, there may be some other things I need to tackle. There was a bunch of Bondo on this door, and the owner supplied me with a door skin. So I'm going to look it over. I've never done a door skin, but I like a challenge, so I may end up doing it just to do it.